Have you ever wondered how a single spark can change the course of history? Well, pull up a chair, because tonight we're traveling back to a city made of wood, a city on the verge of an inferno, Chicago, 1871. Picture it. October 8th, a Sunday evening. Chicago is booming. It's America's fastest growing city, a bustling hub of wooden houses, wooden sidewalks, and even wooden bridges. It's cheap, it's fast, but it's a disaster waiting to happen. The Sume air of 71 had been relentlessly dry. For months, not a drop of rain. The whole city was a tinderbox, just waiting for a flame. And then it happened. In a small barn on DeKoven Street, owned by the O'Leary family, a fire broke out. The legend everyone knows is that Mrs. O'Leary's cow kicked over a lantern, but the truth, we'll never really know. Was it a stray cigarette? Kids playing with whatever the cause, the effect was immediate and catastrophic. A fierce wind swept in from the southwest, and suddenly, the small barn fire became a monster. Flames leaped from one wooden roof to another, consuming them like they were paper. The dry air and howling wind acted like a giant bellows, turning a blaze into a raging firestorm that devoured everything in its path. By midnight, the city was in chaos. The fire department, brave as they were, was completely overwhelmed. Their equipment was no match for the sheer scale of the inferno. Water pressure plummeted, hoses became useless, and exhausted firefighters collapsed in the streets, defeated by the unstoppable wall of fire. For 2 terrifying days, the fire raged. Wooden homes exploded in bursts of flame. Businesses, factories, even the city's grand courthouse were reduced to rubble. Then, the unthinkable happened. The fire jumped the Chicago River, a natural barrier everyone thought was impassable. It was a true firestorm, a living, breathing beast that just kept spreading. When the smoke finally cleared on October 10th, the scene was one of utter devastation. More than 17,000 buildings were gone. Over 100,000 people, a third of the city's population, were left homeless, wandering through smoldering ruins. The official death toll was 300, but many historians believe the true number was far, far higher. The once thriving city was now a wasteland of ash and debris. But this isn't just a story of destruction. This is where the story truly begins. Because what happened next was nothing short of remarkable. Instead of despairing, the people of Chicago help poured in from all over the country, and even from around the world. Food, clothing, and money arrived to help the survivors. Within days, temporary shelters dotted the landscape where grand buildings once stood. Chicago began to rebuild, but this time they learned their lesson. Out with the wood, in with brick, stone, and steel. New, stricter fire codes were put in place. The city wasn't just being rebuilt, it was being reborn. Architects and engineers seized the opportunity, designing a city that was safer, stronger, and more modern than ever before. Many historians argue that the Great Fire was the very event that propelled Chicago into the ranks of America's greatest cities. So today, when we look back at the Great Chicago Fire, we remember the tragedy. Yes, but more importantly, we remember the incredible spirit of its people. It's a powerful story of resilience, community, and rebirth. It's why history remembers this event, not just as the Great Chicago Fire, but also as the Great Chicago Comeback. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history. Let me know in the comments what historical event you'd like to see covered next. Until then, stay curious.